Hey, everybody. It is Vlogmas day number 19. And I feel funny saying that. I feel hypocritical saying that because you guys have not seen me in a week. Maybe a little over a week. So what happened? Why wasn't I posting Vlogmas videos? I will say this. I was recording Vlogmas videos, but I was not editing them or posting them. And part of the reason is because I've been so tired, y'all, like exhausted. So that's kind of what this video is going to be about. Just a little chit chat, a little catch up. I actually have an assignment to do, so I'm going to try not to make this a super long video. I might do a little vlogging for the rest of the day because it's actually 5:07 right now. I just came back from taking Spade on a walk, but yeah. So where do I start? I guess I quit my hospital job. So yeah, my hospital job was kind of like my dream job for this period in my life. Was kind of like my, hey, you guys, can y'all stop? It was kind of like my dream job for this period in my life. Was my dream job. However, there was just a lot of things that I wasn't willing to sacrifice in order to keep the job. And one of those things was my work-life balance. And my work-life balance really struggled with this job because I was on the road for about 3 hours a day going to and fro because the job was far. I've talked about this before. The job is 2 counties away from where I live. So I live in County A. I had to go through County B to get to County C where I worked. So it was just too much of a travel. It was too much of a travel. The traffic was always horrible. Like if you work 8-hour shifts, if you work a full-time job, you know that working 8-hour shifts, 40 hours a week is tiring in itself. Like the actual job is tiring, right? But if you add on top of that about an hour, 20-minute drive to get home after that long, exhausting day, you're going to be pooped. And I was pooped. When I tell you pooped, I mean, I would come home and could not do anything. I literally, and it's like, it's the tired where I'm so tired that I would not necessarily like go straight to sleep, which on a lot of days I did go straight to sleep. So let's say I got off work at 4:30, I got home about 6 o'clock. I pretty much am out. I'm like, good night. Wake up at 11 o'clock. And that's a whole, another problem in itself. But some days it was like, I was so tired, but it wasn't like, have you ever been too tired to sleep? Like, that's what it was for me. I was too tired to sleep. So for hours on hours after work, I would just be sitting here on the couch and just be sitting here, scrolling on my phone, looking at the TV, never really having the energy to do anything, but just sitting there. And so my grades started to suffer. My health started to suffer. I was getting sick, and I knew it was time for me to let go of this job, unfortunately. And I really liked the job itself. Now, there were some other things, some workplace things that kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. But yeah, I think ultimately it was the work-life balance. And I already feel my last day was Friday. And so I worked my part-time job on Saturday, which was horrible, which is going to be a second part of this chit chat that we're going to talk about. But I feel good because Saturday I start work at 9. So I was able to wake up, cook breakfast, eat the breakfast, chill a little bit, watch a little bit TV, I was able to like get dressed and not have to rush. Hold on, my sister's FaceTiming me.
What?
Girl, I was FaceTiming you because I was taking Spade for a walk. I wanted to show you. It's over now.
I only had to deep condition my hair. See, this is the stuff I be talking about. You could have sent me a picture.
I tried to take a picture, but you know Spade don't work like that.
Anyways. What? What?
Girl, I'm looking at my phone. Ain't nobody studying you. I don't know why I'm texting you from this phone number, but I just texted you. Do not save this phone number. Do not save this phone number.
What is this, a burner phone? Oh my god.
It's not a burner phone.
Why can't I save the number?
You could save it, but I know you're always complaining about how you have so many numbers for me in your phone.
Yeah, very much so.
So this is not like...
Okay.
Anyway, I gotta go. I'm recording. Okay. I was trying to FaceTime my sister because I was walking Spade, which I, again, normally don't have the time or the strength and energy to do, but I did it today on this beautiful Sunday. But today's also Spade's birthday. She's 2. My baby's 2 years old, my baby. So yeah. So I had to turn on some lights, so the lighting is gonna look different. But yeah, so where was I? Work-life balance. Yes, so I feel better a little bit knowing that my work-life balance is going to be a little different. Now, I'm still going to be full-time. I'm not saying that I'm not going to be tired, but I'm not going to have that exhaustion of being on the road and like fighting with traffic for 3 hours a day. Essentially, that's what it is. It's 3 hours a day, an hour and a half in, an hour and a half out. So yeah, now that leads me to my part-time job. So I accepted a full-time position at my part-time job for many reasons. The first reason being it's a grocery store job. So I could transfer to a different city, a different state, and I would have a job. So yeah. Now, that being said, y'all, for those who don't know, I am a pharmacy technician, and my new full-time job is retail. So if you're not in the pharmacy world, you don't know what that means. Long story short, that means that you're working harder than you're getting paid for. And working in retail pharmacy has always been a difficult job. But since the pandemic, it has been astronomical. It has been, I don't even have the words to express how bad it is working in a retail pharmacy right now. I would not recommend this job to anyone. Let's start there. I would not recommend this job to anyone. I started a YouTube channel for like my pharmacy tech stuff where, you know, I could give tips and tricks and stuff and, you know, little tidbits of knowledge for those aspiring to come into the pharmacy industry, maybe work retail, maybe work the hospital. But I had to stop that channel because I genuinely did not feel comfortable making recommendations or having conversations about this field. It is really bad. And the store that I work for is one of the better ones. And it's really bad. It is horrible. So a lot of people don't know how pharmacy works, which is part of the issue here, is that a lot of people don't know how pharmacy works. Sorry, my glasses have a smudge and it's starting to get annoying. So this is going to be a quick like 2-minute rant on, or I shouldn't say it because this rant is gonna be longer than 2 minutes, but this segment is gonna be a quick 2 minutes on how a pharmacy works. A pharmacy is not a fast food restaurant, sweetie. You do not go to one window, put in a request, and go to the next window and think that your order is gonna come out. That's not how the pharmacy works. And I can tell you right now that a lot of people think that that's how a pharmacy works. That is not how a pharmacy works. On a regular basis, before COVID, it was difficult to process one prescription can take up to 20 minutes. I just want to stress that to people because they don't understand that. It can take up to 20 minutes. Now, 20 minutes, let me pull out my calculator because people really think we be dramatic. 20 minutes, and let's choose the lowest number. Let's say 100, right? Let's say 20 minutes and we have 100 prescriptions that are in the queue. Let's say in the queue. Let's say in the starting queue. We're not going to even say in the filling queue. Let's say the prescription just came into us. So 100 times 20 is 2,000 minutes. That's 33 hours. Is that true? Is that really 33 hours? Hey Siri. How many hours are in 2,000 minutes?
2,000 minutes is 33.33 hours.
That's 33 hours, y'all. That's a day and some change, which is about right. That is a day and some change. So from the moment a prescription comes to us, the prescription is going to take at least 20 minutes times 100 prescriptions that we have coming. That's for us. In order for us to do 1 day's worth, it's gonna take us more than 1 day to do. And let me explain something to you. There are more than 100 prescriptions coming into us a day. Yesterday, I worked my time. I was supposed to work 9 to 7. That is open to close. Not only did I work with 2 technicians in training, 2 technicians who have never been in a pharmacy before, and a pharmacist who just graduated pharmacy school in June. Okay, in June. And she's really just been working as a pharmacist for maybe 3-4 months. So not only am I in that staffing situation, but I'm also in a situation where only the pharmacist can give vaccines. Our corporate offices are allowing people to schedule vaccines 10 minutes apart. So every 10 minutes we have a vaccine. It takes 20 minutes to fill one prescription. And I have over 300 prescriptions in my queue. So now one prescription is not taking 20 minutes because every 10 minutes my pharmacist has to go give a vaccine. So now in order for me to fill a prescription, it's taking 30, 45 minutes, one prescription. Not only that, the pharmacist that they had the day before was also a newer pharmacist. Now she's been a pharmacist, but she came from a different company. So she's still learning the system. I was filling prescriptions yesterday, Saturday, that were not filled on Friday. So do you know what time I left work yesterday? I left at 10 o'clock because I had to fill prescriptions from Friday, and my pharmacist that I worked with on Saturday did not feel comfortable leaving 3 days worth of prescriptions to fill for the next pharmacist. So I left at 10 o'clock in order to fill the prescriptions from Friday and Saturday. And you know what? We damn did it. We did it. And guess what? My pharmacist did not get paid any more money for being there because pharmacists are on salary. And these pharmacists are staying 2, 3, 4 hours later than they need to be, coming in an hour earlier. And let me tell you something. When you guys come into a pharmacy and you guys are giving attitude about why your prescription is not ready and you are upset because it's not going how you think it should be going, you need to understand the position that the people in the pharmacy are in. Because we have to cater to corporate who's telling us that we have to cater to the customers. But if we don't cater to what corporate wants, then we get in trouble. So we're literally juggling who's more important here, our patients or the metrics that corporate wants me to meet. because corporate pays me. But then if a customer is upset and then complains to corporate, now corporate is mad. Why weren't you able to have the patient's prescription done in 20 minutes? Well, I don't know, corporate. Maybe because in 20 minutes I had to get 2 vaccines. And then this is the second thing. And I know that people don't know this, but this is the second thing. So the first thing is it takes 20 minutes to fill 1 prescription. So now you calculate in the time that it takes that the pharmacist has to give vaccines every 10 minutes, you're adding on to that time. So that's the first thing. It's not a fast food restaurant, sweetie. That's what pharmacy is not. It's not a fast food restaurant. So the second thing is vaccines are also not a fast food situation. It's not. When you set your appointment for a vaccine, don't think that you're going to come and we're just going to be ready to poke you in the arm. The vaccine has to be processed. And yes, it has to be processed through insurance. And no, we are not mind readers. So if you do not give us your insurance card, we don't know what insurance you have. So it has to be processed through insurance. These COVID vaccines are free. And yet we still have to process them through insurance. Why? I don't know. I don't care. We just do what we're told to do. And we have to process them because they have to be tracked some type of way. And I'm guessing that's the reason. It has to be tracked that you're getting a vaccine. We have to be able to monitor when you got your first one, your second one, your booster. And I'm guessing that's why it has to go through insurance, but it has to go through insurance. And that's another part of pharmacy that people don't realize is the insurance. Insurance companies are not fun to deal with. They're not fun to deal with. They're not on our side. They're not on the side of you as the patient. They're not on your side either. So when y'all be coming up here with all the rah-rah on why your prescription is $300, we don't make the price. We submit it to insurance. Insurance get back to us and tell us what the deal is. So let's just throw that in there as a side nugget. Whenever you're complaining about the price of your prescriptions, please call your insurance before you throw a fit in the pharmacy. Moving forward, we have to process the prescription. No, we cannot process the prescription ahead of time because, like I said, we don't have your insurance card because you've never picked up a prescription from here. And yet, you think somehow that we're just going to pull that information out of thin air. It's not how it works. After we process it through insurance, it has to work through all of our queues, just like a regular prescription. It has to get typed, processed through insurance. The pharmacist has to check it. Then we have to go ahead and fill the vaccination. We have to fill it like a regular prescription. Then the pharmacist has to check it again. And then when it finally gets to the last stage, then the pharmacist has to go and draw up the vaccination. The pharmacist has to actually draw up the vaccination. And the pharmacist has to be extra careful because the pharmacist has a lot of things on their mind. And the pharmacist doesn't want to mess around and give you the wrong vaccine or give you the wrong amount. So now the pharmacist is put into another situation that requires high concentration but is under pressure. After all of that is said and done, the pharmacist now has to ask you questions and make sure that the form that you filled out is correct. And let me tell y'all something. Please pay attention to the forms that you're filling out. Because way too many times have y'all filled out forms and answered questions. And then when the pharmacist comes back and double checks those questions, y'all are changing y'all answers. This is going to make things take longer. So if it takes 20 minutes to process a prescription, it takes about 15 minutes to process a vaccination. Now, I can go on and on and on about a list of things that patients are not doing and how patient accountability plays a big role in our job and how you guys as patients have no accountability. But the third and final thing that I'm going to mention is to know what you're taking. When you come to the pharmacy and you say, I need my white pill, I need my blood pressure pill, I need my cholesterol pill, that does not answer a question for me. If you do not know the name of your medication, honey, I can't just take a wild guess and gander as to what you're taking. And then if I give you the wrong thing, you're going to be upset and that's going to create another problem. I have so many patients that are taking multiple blood pressure medications, but they're treating different things. You have blood pressure medications that are for the heart rhythm. You have blood pressure medications that are for, hypertension. Water retention. Like, you guys are taking so many medications that could be considered blood pressure medications. And then you come to the pharmacy, you're like, oh, I need my white pill filled. Okay. Because I'm looking at the 36 medications that you have on your profile, honey, and out of the 36, 20 of them are white pills. So now that I've done that ranting, I say all of that to say that yes, I accepted this job full time, but I will not be there for long. I will not be there because it is a high stress job and we don't get paid enough. And because I had a plan set in place for myself. When I became a pharmacy technician, I told myself that I would not be in a position for more than 5 years. January 6th of 2022 will make 5 years that I've been a pharmacy technician. Now I am working on my master's, and so that's why I'm giving myself a little more grace. I graduate in June of 2022. So you know, I give myself that grace, and when I graduate in June, I will be leaving. I do not plan on staying a pharmacy technician. I am applying to pharmacy school, so if I get accepted to pharmacy school, I will stay in my role. Well, I wouldn't be considered a pharmacy technician at that point. I would be a pharmacy intern. But if not, if I don't get accepted to pharmacy school, then I am going to leave. I am going to leave because I think it's time for me to move on. But also taking on this job full time is going to be a little better for my work-life balance than working at the hospital job. So that's why I haven't been putting up videos, y'all. I've been so tired. I've been sick. I had just been like honestly depressed. That job was like really taking a lot out of me. And it really wasn't the job. It was the drive. Like that's what's so crazy is that it wasn't the job. It was the driving. And so that's really all for Vlogmas day 19. I'm going to do a little bit of planning since I have the day. So I don't start my full-time position until January, but I'm done with the hospital and I will be working the retail job next week. And the reason why I'm not starting full-time until January is because when I was at the hospital, I had PTO for the week. So Christmas is over the weekend, but the following week, my sister's birthday is on the 29th. I always take off for her birthday and I'm always there for her birthday. So I was taking off that week. And so I didn't want to go full time because I knew they weren't going to give me that week off. So I'm going to be part-time. I'm going to take my vacation and then I will start full time in January. But it's still going to give me, it's 15 minutes away from my house. So yeah, traffic is crazy, but the longest it's probably going to take me is 30 minutes to get home. And then it's going to be springtime. So, you know, the sun will stay up a little longer. I'll have time to be with my animals. I won't feel bad because I'm down the street. Like I get out, like when I was at the hospital, I got off at 4:30, but it was taking me a while to get home. I didn't get home until 6 o'clock. So I felt bad. I'm like, how long has Spade been in there? She probably has to really go to the bathroom. Like, and then I come home and I'm so tired. I don't even want to deal with them. So yeah, but I think that, and I won't say a lot because it's going to be a separate video, just like my expectations for 2022. I think 2022 is going to be a good year for me. When everybody was preparing for 2020, everyone was like, 2020 is going to be our year. Yeah. Hindsight, vision, whatever, 2020 vision, whatever. It's not that I didn't think 2020 was going to be a good year, which it turned out 2020 was actually a good year for me. Despite COVID, despite everything, it was a good year for me. But I just knew that 2022 was going to be more of a interesting year. So, but I will be doing a separate video for my expectations for 2022 and everything. But I am back, y'all. Hopefully I will be able to put these Vlogmas videos up every day up to Christmas. So I'm back in the game. Make sure that you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on the notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. Bye.